Hello everyone. In today's video, I will explore with you the special features on the hand of a young man born in 1992, from the straight lines, the signs of a steady fate, to the profound spiritual symbols. You will understand his independent personality, perseverance, and the challenges in life that he is experiencing and will face. At the same time, I will also share valuable advice to help you make the most of your fortune, develop your career, and build a fulfilling and prosperous life ahead. If you want to know more clearly about your destiny and path to success, don't miss this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share the video so I can continue bringing more meaningful content to you. Now let's get started right away. First of all, when observing the overall hand, it can be seen that you have a quite beautiful, full, and thick hand. This is a common characteristic of people with strong inner strength, firm willpower, and high perfectionism in everything. With such a hand type, this person often carries a strong desire to rise up, change fate, and improve life. When examining the left hand more closely, many prominent signs expressing wealth and prosperity can be noticed. First is that your fingers are relatively close together, which shows that you have a good family foundation, harmonious and close-knit. Besides, this is also a sign indicating that you have a stable and solid later life. Another very notable feature is that you have a prominent Mercury mount. This is one of the most beautiful mounts on the hand, showing a person with intelligence, capability, and who receives support from many sides, both from family and children. Thanks to this, in later life, you will have a full life, receiving great support from your loved ones. Moreover, right below your wrist, there are triangle shapes and special foundational lines. These signs are clear evidence that you inherit wealth or have a solid material foundation from your family. Just by looking at these overall characteristics, it can be assessed that you have financial potential as well as a position and status in society. In addition, on the heart line, near the Mount of Jupiter, there is a distinct shape, very easy to recognize. This is a sign that you will have large assets in your hands, possibly houses, land, real estate, or some fixed assets you own. Regarding the headline, you have a horizontal, straight, and clear line running across the palm. This further expresses your personality: strong, decisive, thoughtful, and always having a spirit of perfectionism in work as well as in life. However, there is an important issue that cannot be overlooked. In the central area of the palm, specifically during the period from about 38 to 45 years old, a sign appears indicating a phase prone to work-related incidents. If during this time you plan to undertake major business ventures or investments, you are very likely to face risks related to legal matters. These issues could lead to loss of assets, money, or cause work to be delayed, affecting your quality of life and career during this period. On this hand, there are some important signs related to legal matters that you need to pay special attention to. There is a line indicating the possibility of getting involved in legal problems, so you should be cautious in investment activities, business dealings, or legal paperwork during this sensitive phase. However, right after that area, a fairly large triangle appears on the headline. This is one of the very good signs, showing that although you may encounter difficulties at certain times, you still have the ability to recover, continue accumulating finances, and build a more stable foundation for your later years. Over time, your financial situation will gradually improve and become more secure. Notably, on your heart line, the line appears clear, strong, and firm. One branch of this heart line curves into the Mount of Venus, a sign representing a person rich in compassion, affectionate, and profound. Moreover, the line also leans toward the Mount of Jupiter, a symbol of strong ambition. This clearly shows that you are someone who always wishes to change your destiny, has a strong desire to rise, and possesses great resilience and the ability to connect with spiritual aspects. People with such characteristics are often very suitable for jobs related to spirituality, such as being a spiritual guide, counselor, or working in fields that require deep sensitivity and good intuition. Next, regarding the lifeline, you have a rather long line that runs evenly and is not too wide. With this type of line, it can be seen that you tend to have an introverted personality, calm and reserved outwardly. You have a tendency to enjoy contemplation, reflection, and working in quiet environments. Therefore, you will be more suited to foundational jobs that require high accuracy and stability. Some fields that may suit you include real estate, accounting and auditing, legal work, handling paperwork and documents, or professions related to technical and logical skills. These jobs will help you effectively leverage your inner strengths and your ability to work independently. Additionally, on your lifeline, there are several branching lines, indicating that you have many directions in life and may change jobs or try various careers. This hand represents a versatile, multi-talented person who can adapt quickly and handle multiple fields simultaneously. Moreover, you have parallel lifelines running close to each other. This is a very good sign, showing that you have a stable health foundation, supported both physically and mentally. However, one thing you need to note is that currently there is a downward line on your palm. This is a bad sign, especially combined with another line pointing toward the gap between your fingers. It forms a set of lines indicating that you are experiencing some difficulties in life, particularly concerning work and finances. More specifically, the downward sign is located in the area corresponding to around 35 years old. This is a period when you may face significant setbacks in your career. Failures, financial losses, or noticeable stagnation at work may occur, causing you to reconsider your direction. During this period, you need to be especially careful because situations such as job loss, sudden job changes, or if you're doing business or investing, there is a high risk of bankruptcy or financial loss. These signs are quite clear, especially the combination with a money-draining line extending from the gap between your fingers. However, your fingers are closely spaced. This shows you are extremely cautious, highly disciplined, and value money greatly. In addition, the appearance of a transverse line across your thumb indicates that you are a saver who cherishes every penny you earn. Yet, in the current area of business, investment, and finance, there are negative signs showing a tendency to lose money uncontrollably. Nevertheless, all these difficulties are only temporary. With your determination, clearly reflected in the signs on your palm, you can overcome them strongly. In work and life, you have the ability to organize and arrange tasks in a scientific and effective way. This is shown by the line cutting across the Mount of Jupiter area, a symbol of leadership qualities, the ability to lead and take control. Therefore, you should try your hand in fields involving investment or business. Stable, sustainable, and traditional industries, such as long-lasting goods trading, will be especially suitable for you. At the same time, in the Mount of Mercury area, you have two parallel financial lines, a very good sign, often indicating that no matter how many ups and downs you experience in life, you will still be wealthy and prosperous in your later years. This is not a hand that can belong to a poor person. I predict that you will possess a considerable amount of assets and wealth. The exact amount depends on each individual, but overall, this palm type represents someone capable of accumulating, saving money, and building wealth. Additionally, from the wrist area upward, your fate line appears very clear. Notably, it branches off toward the Mount of Mercury, showing good communication skills, a talent for expression and conveying ideas. This indicates that you are multi-talented and capable of working in many different fields. Your personality is also very open and friendly, loved by many. This sign is clearly shown by the round, full base of your thumb, reflecting kindness and generosity. Overall, the factors on your hand indicate you have the potential to succeed in life. Perhaps recently, or in the past 1 to 2 years, your work has been unstable, encountering some troubles and setbacks. However, as time goes on, life will become more fulfilling and stable, especially once you get through the current difficult phase. Finally, when observing your right hand, I notice a very special sign. The shape resembles the Prajna boat. This is a symbol of protection, guidance, and spiritual wisdom, showing that you not only possess material talent, but also have depth in spirit and spirituality. It is also a sign of awakening and a journey of overcoming suffering to reach inner peace. Your hand has a very special feature. The headline is quite straight and completely separated from the lifeline, creating a distinct gap between the two. With this palm shape, you tend to struggle and be independent from a very young age. A strong, independent personality was formed early on, It can even be said that you were a stubborn but extremely intelligent child. You always have a strong desire to take control of your own life, wanting to make your own decisions and act independently without relying on others. You have a fairly high sense of self, and perhaps the greatest lesson in your life is learning to live harmoniously, knowing how to value peace and harmony, and being willing to listen to and accept others' opinions. The lines on your palm are quite clear, which partly reflects your personality. You are strong-willed, sometimes hot-tempered and perfectionistic. However, these traits can also help you achieve success if you learn to control them and cultivate calmness and patience. Another very notable point is your fate line. At its base, it splits into 3 branches, resembling a trident. This is a very good sign, symbolizing a strong foundation from the roots. You are someone who always believes in the value of foundational knowledge and knows how to develop from the basics. Every step forward in your life is based on accumulation and systematic building, much like a 3-legged stool, solid, stable, and hard to shake. On your right hand, there are also signs indicating that you may inherit assets or receive support from your family. Additionally, you have very distinct wrist lines, which are signs of longevity and a fairly good health foundation. However, at the beginning of your lifeline, there is a large triangle shape. This may indicate that in your youth, you went through a major incident, such as an accident, bleeding, or even had to undergo surgical intervention. Nevertheless, it seems that this phase has passed, and currently, you are at a stage where your fortune is beginning to change. This year, if you are meticulous in everything, maintain strong determination, and act decisively, this palm pattern can certainly bring about clear success. Your later years show many signs of wealth and prosperity. Furthermore, your hand also has a clear career line, reflecting the potential for career advancement. However, next to it, there is an outgoing line indicating financial loss, showing that your financial management still has many limitations. You can earn money, but if you do not control it well, your money can easily be lost and not accumulated for the long term. Therefore, it is best for you to focus all your attention on managing and doing your work well. When you dedicate your full passion to your work, you will gradually achieve success in a stable and lasting way. Additionally, right in the center of your palm, there is a very special sign. The shape resembles the prajna boat. This pattern does not appear randomly. It symbolizes a person with spiritual cultivation, compassion, and deep wisdom. It is a sign of someone who lives a virtuous life and values the spiritual meaning in life. If you desire a fulfilling life, rich both materially and spiritually, then following a path of spiritual practice and doing many good deeds is extremely important. Your hand shows that you have a strong belief and deep faith in spiritual matters. Therefore, a sincere piece of advice is that you should spend more time on spiritual cultivation. You can participate in releasing animals, life release, dedicate merits, or simply nurture your soul by helping others. These actions not only bring spiritual benefits, but also help accumulate blessings, making your future life much better, more peaceful, and prosperous. In particular, there is a fairly large and clear triangle of blessings in your palm. This is a good sign indicating that you will have good fortune in later life. You will receive support and care from your children and loved ones, and your old age will be very fulfilling and abundant. This fortune comes from lifelong cultivation, so you can be completely confident about the future. Additionally, your hand also has a very rare sign, a fish swimming near the fate line area. This is an extremely special symbol, meaning great success and good luck will come late, usually after the age of 50. At that time, you will achieve tremendous accomplishments beyond your expectations, things you never thought you could do before. This is a well-deserved reward for your perseverance and relentless efforts throughout your life. Regarding your thumb, with many distinct creases, this shows that you are a very thoughtful person who cares about others. You are always hardworking, industrious, highly responsible, and very enthusiastic about your work. Within a group, you are seen as someone energetic, willing to take the lead and handle many important tasks. Because of this personality, success will surely come to you, as those who are diligent and dedicated are always duly rewarded. Concerning love and marriage, your hand indicates a tendency to marry late. This is partly due to the very clear and deep-hearted headlines on your palm, reflecting a strong personality and sometimes a bit of loneliness. Therefore, you may marry later than usual, possibly after the age of 30. In marriage life, you might sometimes feel a lack of closeness or attention from your partner, but overall your marriage is quite stable, without major upheavals or significant negative impacts. You don't need to worry too much about this. On the contrary, if you marry too early with this type of hand, conflicts, quarrels, or disagreements in married life are likely to happen. Therefore, marrying at the right time, when you are mature enough and psychologically well prepared, will bring better results. You should carefully consider and avoid rushing so as to build a happy and lasting family. Looking at both of your hands as a whole, it is clear that you possess very strong energy and leadership qualities, along with good management skills. If you choose to go into business or trade, this will be a great advantage that helps you attract wealth and build sustainable assets. Especially as you get older, you will enjoy more blessings and have a prosperous, abundant, and fulfilling life. The above is a detailed analysis of your palm lines. If you have watched this video, I sincerely wish you great success and fulfillment in life. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch.